Welcome to 23 Degrees Sideways. I'm going to go ahead and do a little advice video here. Got to do more of those, alright? Remember the 3 rules? Always remember the 3 rules. Do stuff. Don't stop. Finish something every day. Doesn't mean finish a big thing, just finish something. You have to have a sense and a self-acknowledgement of completion. If it's folding the laundry, or doing the dishes, or tying your shoes. Start small, work up from there, do stuff, don't stop. Don't stop. Finish something every day. Like, share, subscribe, please. Get this message out to more than like 3 dozen people, maybe sometime this year. It's November, it's the end of November, so you only have a couple of weeks. Help me out here. Okay, I want you to consider your food sources. Very simple. We're going to go at this very simply. The problem here with improving your food quality is that you have this massive industrial food manufacturing complex. Okay, you can't get wheat anymore that's wheat. Okay, every wheat that you can get is a post-1950s dwarf wheat that has been engineered to have 90% endosperm. Like, it's a different thing. It's not what it used to be. It's not the same stuff. What your grandparents, depends on how old you are, grandparents, great-grandparents, ate is not, literally, not the same food. You would be able, if you saw it in nature, you would identify it as different species. Okay? It's not wheat. It's not the same. There's a lot of that. Corn is way different than what people ate maize 100 years ago, 70 years ago, okay, 200 years ago. Your meat's different. No such thing as a force-fed, rapidly grown, 600 pounds in 7 months hog 100 years ago. Well, 150 years ago, whatever. You know, chickens. I've talked about this before. The longer it takes the meat to get to the table in an industrial process, the more chances you have that it's real meat and healthy and sustainable and not just a carrier for the inflammatory agents of engineered crops. And I don't mean genetically engineered, I just mean engineered. Take it for a very basic statement. Don't make me into some kind of crazy anti-GMO person. I do have problems with GMOs because you shouldn't actually use the one biosphere you have, the only planet you live on, as an open laboratory for anything to go and get out and do whatever. Kind of a shitty way to handle your biosurvival security, but we do it anyway. So you've got this big mess. The food you eat isn't what it was. The manufacturing processes aren't the same. The development process aren't the same. I mean, yogurt isn't yogurt. Like the if you ever make yogurt out of unpasteurized milk at home, it's something so different. Out of whole, really whole milk. Not what they sell at the store as whole milk, which has already been fractioned and separated, but actual squeeze the tit, get the milk in a bucket, ferment it. Way different. It's a completely different thing. It's so different that it's not the same stuff. Bread is the same way. You know, the sourdough is not a flavor. It's supposed to be a 24, 48-hour process of making a dough happen through fermentation. It's a vastly different thing, you know. Your beers are engineered. I mean, come on, man. You can't even get beer that's real beer anymore. Come on. Right? So, it's really hard to say, I'm going to improve the quality of my food without going like, I can't eat anything but wild harvested elk from the Broken Arrow Ranch. Which is an awesome place to order from, by the way. So that's the extreme, like, whoa, we're way over there. Well, here's what you can do. The simplest things you can do is you can get rid of the obvious offenders, okay? If it's in a can, skip it. Yeah, that's really hard sometimes. And that canned Wolf Brand chili with no beans, oh, that's really good. That's hard to get rid of. Get rid of it. Just, it doesn't matter. It does not take long to make decent food from scratch. And if you have to, you can grill steak and put it on lettuce and put some dressing on it, and it's perfectly fine. It even has multiple food groups in it. And they're real food groups. If you don't like just lettuce, add some spinach, maybe a little celery and a sweet pepper or something, right? It's food. It's engineered food. But the difference between commercial romaine lettuce and wild lettuce is not so drastic as the difference between what used to be wheat and what is currently wheat. For example, okay, the difference between home canning and industrial canning is worlds of difference. Okay, you can actually have hand home canned food that is still good for you. So get rid of the canned stuff. Just get rid of it. Save it for emergencies. Have it as a weekly treat, but start getting rid of that. Okay? Less canned food, more salad. There's your answer. Less canned food, more salad. Make sure that the main ingredients of your salad, the bed, the topping, and the dressing, are not super processed. So that might mean you go back to olive oil and vinegar, and you have to make sure it's really olive oil, not cottonseed oil. Or it might mean that you make ranch at home with the mix and sour cream, which is like you're not buying it in a bottle, okay? Refrigerated sour cream mixed with the spice seasonings packet is at least you're getting there, right? You're getting there. Buy some buttermilk at the store. You're getting there, right? No canned means bottles as well. So a fresh dressing, or a dressing that is something that is merely stored in a bottle, not produced for a bottle. So olive oil and vinegar, right? Something like that. Lettuce, greens, endive, whatever it is, romaine salad mix. You can get a bagged salad mix. You should not, but if that's where you have to start, that's where you have to start. The best thing to do is get the head of lettuce, because they spray stuff on the lettuce when they chop it in the factory to factory package the lettuce to go to the store as a package of salad. You don't want the spray stuff, okay? Just trust me, you don't want to spray. Simplify it just a little. Go from cans to salads, right? Grill the meat. Grilling meat is so ridiculously easy. Fine, use an air fryer or what are those called? The electric things. Instant Pot. Whatever. You can't handle the idea of cooking in a pan over heat or on a grate over heat. Fine, use a consumer device, but cook the meat. Don't buy it cooked. All right, that's all you need to do. Very simple. Huge change. Probably 90% of the unidentifiable allergies that you've had in your life, or crap in your life, just starts to get a little bit better. Okay, a lot of things get a little bit better. Get rid of the cans. Cook some food. Just cook some food. I mean, man, if all you can do is microwave some bacon. All right. I'm not gonna look down on you as long as you move past it someday. All right. Air fryer. Foreman grill, but save the grease. Like, fat is actually part of your diet. Air fryer, Instant Pot, whatever it is, cook the food. Use a salad as a base instead of spaghetti. And that's the only other thing I'm going to say is really, really, really cut back on the processed grains. If you think you need 7 servings of grains every day, that's great. Make sure they're either whole grains that are soaked and cooked, like oatmeal, or make sure that it's sourdough that's made from someone who actually does sourdough, like risen sourdough, like 24-hour sourdough. If it's not that, it's not sourdough. And if it's industrial bread, it's not real food. Okay? However, the best answer is probably to cut back your grains to an occasional instead of a basis of your diet. If you don't believe that, you think grains are the basis, that's fine. Just make sure you're doing whole grains that are cooked as whole grains, like oats, or you're doing real fermented breads. You can find them. They cost a little more, but you won't eat as much because they don't give you that weird sugar thing. All right? And that's the last thing. You really got to kick the sugar. We'll do another video on that later. Sugar's a little hard, but get rid of the cans. Cook the meat. Get rid of the cans. Cook the meat. Put it on salad. Promise it's going to improve your life a lot. And also remember, do stuff, don't stop, and finish something like your salad with steak on it every day. Stay sideways.